Welcome to Raw Perfect classes. In this class, I will teach you about journal entries. A journal is a book. A journal is a book. A journal is a book in which all the transactions of a business are recorded for first time. The process of recording transactions in journal is called journalizing is called journalizing and recorded transactions are called journal entries. Journal entries. A journal is a book in which all the transactions of a business are recorded for first time. The process of recording transactions in the journal is called journalizing and recorded transactions are called journal entries. And every transaction affects two accounts: debit, credit. DR represent to debit, CR represent to credit. Every transactions have two accounts. One is debit and other is credit. Means one is debited and other is credited, and two terms or two signs which are used to denote financial effect of any transaction. The word journal has been derived from the French word jour, which means daily records, which means daily records. Journal book is maintained to have prime records for small firms. After preparing journal book, we will prepare ledger accounts. And what are the steps which are used to record business transactions in a journal? First step, first of all, we have to ascertain the accounts which is related to a particular transaction. Then we have to find out what is the nature of related account. Then we have to find out rule of debit and credit which is applicable to related account. Then record the date of transaction in date column, and after that write the name of account to the debited in the particular columns which is along with the abbreviation DR, and then amount to be debited in debit amount column, and after that write the name of account to be credited in the next line which starting with TO2, and amount to be credited in the credit amount column. And after that we have to write a brief explanation of transaction as a narration, and it will be written by starting word being, 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 and after that draw a line across entire particular columns to separate one journal entry from other. Now first I will discuss next point, that is books of original entry. There are two types of books of original entry. First is journal and second is special purpose books. And special purpose books also further divided in two parts: cash book, subsidiary books. And subsidiary book further divided into 6 different books. First, purchase book, then sales book, purchase return book, sales return book, bills receivable book, bills payable book. You should keep in mind books of original entry are two types. First is journal, second is special purpose books. And special purpose book further divided two parts, cash book and subsidiary books. Subsidiary books, in which subsidiary books we will record all the credit transactions, whether they are related to purchase, whether they are related to sales, purchase return, sales return, bills receivable, bills payable. All these transactions will be passed in the subsidiary books. Now next, this is a format of journal entry. I have already discussed with you what are the steps to enter the journal entries, and this is a format. First, we have to pass date, then particulars, then ledger folio, then debit amount column, then credit amount column. These are the columns of this format for the entering the journal. And after that, we have to write here rupees, here paisa, rupees, paisa, and then we will be pass entry. First entry when we pass, then we have to record date in date column. Particulars, in particulars column we will write which line will be debit and which line will be credit. And with in debit column we will enter the amount of debit, and in credit column we will enter the amount of credit. And after that we will write here narration. Narration will be start when we write with being. Now I am going to discuss next topic, what are the classification of accounts. Classification of accounts based on, first I will discuss about based on accounting equation. First type of account is asset account, and these accounts relate to tangible or intangible real accounts. And example, you can take land account, cash account, furniture, fixtures, machinery account, plant account, etc. Then second is a liability account. Liabilities account, these accounts relate to financial obligations of an enterprise towards outside. And example, trade creditors, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft, and you can say long term loans, capital account, etc. Capital account, these account relate to owners of the enterprise. And example, account capital account and drawing account. Revenue accounts, these accounts which are related to amount which charged for goods sold or services provided for the or permitting others to use enterprises resources yielding interest, royalty, dividend, etc. You can take example, sales account, discount received account, dividend received account, royalty received, interest received, etc. Expenses account, these accounts which are related to amount which incurred or loss in process of earning revenue. And purchase account, discount allowed, royalty paid, and interest payable, loss by fire, etc. These are the classifications of accounts. After that I will discuss after that I will discuss about next one by one journal entries. And then in coming videos I will discuss each and every questions of book. Unsolved questions I will discuss with you, some illustrations I will discuss with you. First journal entry which is related to first journal entry. Capital account. Now I am going to discuss about capital account. The amount which you invested in business, whether in form of cash or any type instead of cash, that amount is known as capital. You can say the amount which invested in the business, whether in the means of cash or kind, by proprietor or owner of the business, is called capital. In simple words, you can say when you start any business, then you invested some money. Either you invested some money, or you can invested your plant, your land, your building, etc. These all things are capital. When you invested all these things, when you start business, then it is called capital. But if you purchase any land, any building, any furniture and fixtures during the business, during the time of business, then that is not called capital. But before the starting of business, you purchase all these things, then it is called capital. And the capital account will be credited. Capital account will be credited. And cash or assets which brought in the business, that will be debited. Cash, just a minute. Cash or asset will be debited. An entry will be passed. Capital account, in this format. Here we will write date, particulars. This is your ledger folio. Debit, credit. An amount in rupees. Here you will write journal. For example, you started business 1st August 2025. You invested for starting the business 10 lakhs cash. Then we will pass entry cash count debit to capital account. Here we will write 10 lakh and 10 lakh, and here we will pass narration. Being started business with rupees 10 lakh. This is your first journal entry when we start business. Okay. Now second entry. Now before going to discuss second entry, I will repeat journal rules, golden rules, sorry, for journal entry passing. Golden rules. There are three types of golden rules: personal account, uh, real account, then nominal account. We should follow these golden rules when we pass entries in journal book. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit what comes in, what comes in. Credit what goes out. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. Okay. Now first entry I have passed cash to capital. Cash to capital. When you pass entry, then you think about that you are businessman and you want to pass entries in your books. Then think what comes in business and what goes from business, who give and who receive. Okay. Now here you can see cash count debit. Why we cash count debit? Because in business cash comes when we start business, and to capital credit because capital amount given by some person, owner, so that's why it credit. Okay, because according to rule credit the giver, and according to real account rule debit what comes in. Cash comes in business, credit the giver, capital is so that we credit to capital account. Okay, I think you have clear each and every point which I want to tell. Now I am going to discuss second journal entry, that is related to drawings account. Drawings account. Withdrawal of any amount. Withdrawal of any amount in cash or any type of kind from the business for personal use by owner is called drawings. Whenever owner takes some money, takes some other things, goods from business for their personal use, then that transaction will be treated as a drawing account, and drawing account will be debited, and cash or goods which you withdrawn that should be debited. Sorry, that should be credited. Example, Um, the owner withdraws rupees 1000 from business for their personal use, then entry will be pass drawings account debit and to cash account 1000 1000, and narration will be being withdraw cash rupees 1000 for personal use. Okay, now third journal entry, which is related to expenses. Any amount which spent in order to purchase or sell goods or services and which generates revenue in the business is called expenses. Any amount which you spent in order to purchase or sell goods or services and which generate revenue in the business is called expenses. And in this case, cash will be decreased and it will be credited, or expenses will be debited. Entry will be expenses account debit to cash or any other form. If you give check, then we will pass here to bank account. This is entry of expenses. I again repeat, any amount. For example, I will take one example for easily understanding. You can take example like this is example, paid rent rupees 10,000 of shop. Entry will be rent account. Rent is expense, so that's why rent account debit to cash account, because here does not mention any amount, any type. It is a cash or a bank, then we will take a cash 10,000. This is entry of expenses. Now next entry related to income received. Any amount, any monetary benefit which arising from business, that can be termed as income. The cash account will be increased with the amount which received as income. So it will be debited and income account will be credited. What will be entering? Cash or bank account debit to income account. Example, received 5,000 rupees for commission. Entry will be cash account debit to commission account 5,000. Now next entry related to goods. Goods are those items, those things in which a business deals. In other words, we can say that goods are those commodities which are purchased and sold in a business on a daily basis. And goods are denoted as purchases. As purchases when we purchase, or when we sell it, then it will be treated as a sales account. In simple words, we can say when we purchase any things for resale purpose, means for sale purpose. When we first purchase from the wholesale market and then we sell them as a retail basis, or you can say when we purchase any things from market for selling purpose, then we treat as goods. Goods account is classified into further 5 different accounts for the purpose of journal entries. First is goods purchase. First account is purchases account, then sales account, purchase return or return outwards account, sales return or return inwards account, and then stock. There are 5 types. First, purchase account, then sales account, then purchase returns account, or you can say return outward account. Return outward account. Sales return account, sales return account, or you can say sales inward account. Inward account, and last one is stock account. Okay. Now next, first I discussed about purchases account. Purchases account. When goods are purchased in cash or credit, donated, lost, or withdrawn for personal use, in all these cases, goods are denoted as purchases account. Whether goods purchased in cash or in credit. Second, donated. Third, lost. Fourth, withdrawn for personal use. Personal use. In all cases, goods denoted as a purchases account. And what will be entry? Purchases account will be debited. Purchases account will be debited when we purchase. Okay, when we purchase in cash or credit. When we purchase in cash, then we will pass entry purchases account debit to cash or bank account credit. But when we purchase on credit, then we will be write here creditor's name or you can say supplier's name, account, credit. And when we denoted goods, then we will pass entry donation account debit to purchases account. When we withdraw goods, then we will pass entry drawings account debit to purchases account. And when lost goods, then entry will be lost by fire, anything lost by theft, etc., debit to purchases account. Now next is sales account. When goods are sold, then it is treated as sales account. When you sold goods, then it is represented as a sales account. Entry will be cash. If cash sale, then cash count debit. If credit sales, then customer count, customers account debit, or debtors account debit. Or you can say when sale good by check, then bank count debit and to sales. Okay, in simple way we can say cash count debit to sales account. Now next, purchase, return or return outward. Account. In this case, when purchase goods return to supplier, it is denoted as purchase return or return outward. And entry will be supplier's account debit, means here we will write supplier's name, to return outward, or you can write purchase return account, or you can write return outward account. Okay, now next, sales return. Or you can write it return inward account, return inward account. In this case, sales return account debit, or you can write return inward account debit to customers account. Who returned? That person's name will be written here. Now next, stock. The left unsold goods at the end of financial year is represented through stock, and it is called closing stock. Closing stock is the valuation of goods which is left over at the end of the financial year. Opening stock is the valuation of goods and enterprise which has at the beginning of financial year. If stock is available at the starting of business, that is known as opening stock. At the stock which is available at the end of the financial year, that is known as closing stock. And closing stock account debit to trading account. And for opening stock, trading account debit to opening stock. Now I will discuss some transactions. Transactions which are related to purchase and sale of goods can be of two types. I have already discussed credit or cash purchase or sales, but I will discuss again it for the clarity what type of transactions in business. There are two types of transaction. Either it can cash transaction, or it can credit transaction, cash or bank. Cash transactions are those transactions in which payment is made or received in cash at the time of purchase and sale of goods. Or in case credit transactions are those transactions in which payment is not made or received at the time of purchase or sale of goods. Credit transactions can be identified by the name of the party. For example, if you purchase goods from ABC company on credit rupees 10,000, then what will be entry? Purchases account debit to ABC company with 10,000 amount. This is your credit purchase entry. When sold goods rupees 5,000 to XYZ company on credit, then entry will be XYZ company account debit to sales account 5,000. Okay, these are the credit transactions. And when we purchase goods 10,000 with rupees 10,000 on cash, then entry will be purchases account debit to cash account. Amount will be 10,000 will be returned. Or say in case sale, cash account debit to sales account. These are cash or credit transactions. Now next, assets. Assets include like land, machinery, plant, building, etc. These assets. Assets can also be purchased or sold in cash or credit. It is not represented through purchases because we purchase any machinery, building, land, plant for not sale purpose, that will be your asset, so they will cannot represented as a purchases. They can be represent with their name of asset. Example, purchased machinery rupees 10,000. Entry will be machinery account debit. Why we debit machinery account? Because machinery comes in business and machinery is real account, and according to rule of real account, debit what comes in machinery, and what will be goes from business, cash. So that's why according to rule of real account, credit what goes out, cash. So that's why to cash account credit 10,000. And when we assets sold, when we sold asset, for example, we sold land, sold land with rupees 10 lakh. Entry will be cash or bank account debit to land account 10 lakh. If sold by cash, then cash account debit. If sold by check, then bank account debit. But if sold credit, then name of party, party's name, account debit to land account. Now next, entry related to depreciation. When we purchase anything, any asset or anything we purchased, that will be that assets value will be decreased within the time. When passing the time, then the assets value will be decreasing, and that value decrease, that is known as depreciation. Depreciation is the decrease in the value of assets due to use and normal wear and tear. Entry will be depreciation account debit to assets account. Narration will be being depreciation charged on assets. Example, depreciation amount on machinery rupees 10,000 after 5 years. Entry will be depreciation account debit to machinery, and amount will be 10,000. Now next, entry related to discount. This point you should keep in mind properly because students are confused too much. Discounts are two types. First is trade discount. Second is cash discount. Trade discount not shown in books. Cash discount shown in books. Now I am discuss only about cash discount first. Cash discount further divided two types. Cash discount, it can received, it can allowed. Discount allowed, discount received. When you sell goods, then you give discount, discount allowed. When you purchase goods, then you receive discount, discount received. In simple words, you can say discount allowed when at any time of sale or receiving cash any concession is given to customer, it is called discount allowed. Its journal entry will be cash account debit, discount account debit to sales or to party's name. When cash received and discount allowed, then it will be passed these entries. And after that, discount received. In case discount received, you can say when at any time you purchase or paying cash, any concession is received from the seller, it is called discount received. And entry will be purchases account debit or party's account debit, party's name when purchased on credit. Or you can say when you pay any amount to any person, then it will be debit, party's name account debit. To cash count, to discount account credit. This discount amount is received when goods purchased and payment made and discount received. Now next point I will discuss trade discount. Trade discount which provided by seller to its customer at a fixed percentage on listed price. Trade discount which provided on listed price or mostly on bulk purchases is called trade discount. Trade discount is not shown separately in journal entry. For example, purchase purchased goods rupees 10,000 with 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Entry will be purchases account debit to cash to discount. First of all, find trade discount. 10,000's 10%. Zero cut with zeros, you will get 1,000 amount trade discount. Now subtract this amount from 10,000. You will get 9,000. Now this 9,000 will be written here. And now find out 5% cash discount. It will be 450. That should be written here. Now subtract this amount 0558. It will be cash amount 8550. This is the treatment of trade discount. Trade discount cannot shown in books. Now entry of sold goods with the trade discount and cash discount. For example, goods sold goods rupees 15,000 with the trade discount 10% and cash discount 5%. Entry will be cash account debit, discount account debit to sales account. First 15,000, find 10% trade discount. It will be 1,500. Now subtract this amount from 15,000. That will be 13,500. Now find out 5% cash discount. 5 5 is the 25. 5 3 is the 15 plus 2 17. 5 was the 5. 5 plus 1 6. 6 is 75. 10 minus 5 5. 9 minus 7 2. 14 minus 6 8. 12,825 is your cash count. Debit discount account debit 675 and to sales 13,500. Now next entry related to amount paid or received in full or final settlement. A business may allow or receive a discount at the time of full or final settlement of accounts of debtors or creditors. First entry I will discuss related to amount paid. Write here first party's name to whom you will pay amount. Party's name account debit to cash account and to discount. and second entry will be related to cash received. Cash count debit, discount account debit to party's name who pay you money. Now you can take example related to amount paid or received in full final settlement. For example, um, first purchased goods from ABC company at the least price of rupees 10,000 at a 10% trade discount. Second entry, return goods to ABC company at the sorry for the list of rupees 1,000. Paid cash to ABC company rupees 7,500 in full and final settlement of her account. Of their account. Now, first entry. Purchase goods from ABC company at the least price of 10,000 at 10% trade discount. Entry will be passed. Purchases account debit to ABC company account. Amount will be 10,000 10%, that will be 1,000. After subtracting 1,000, amount will be 9,000. We will pass amount 9,000. Now second entry, return goods to ABC company. ABC company account debit to purchases return account, and goods are listed price 1,000. We will subtract 10% trade discount first, then we will pass entry. It should be 900. And third entry, paid cash to ABC company. ABC company account debit with 70 paid cash to ABC company 7,500 cash amount is 7,500. How much discount received by ABC company? You can say you give the ABC company discount. ABC company give you discount 9,000 minus 900, goods remaining 8,100, and 7500 you received. 11 minus 5 6 600 you get received 600 discount received, and goods will be 8100. Now related to sale goods, first entry, sold goods to XYZ company at the list price of rupees 15,000 at a 10% trade discount. Second entry, XYZ company returned the goods worth rupees 5,000. Third entry, cash received from XYZ company rupees 12,200 in full and final settlement. Just a minute. Here I will increase amount. I will take here 50,000. Now entry first, X Y Z company account debit to sales 50,000, 10% trade discount, and remaining amount will be 45,000. Now second entry, goods returned of rupees 5,000, sales return account debit to XYZ company, XYZ company account 5,000 multiply 10% trade discount, and after subtracting trade discount amount will be 4,500. And third, cash received, cash account debit, discount account debit to XYZ company. Now 45,000 minus 4,500, 10 minus 5 5, 10 minus 5 5, 4 minus 4 0. Remaining value of assets 40,500, and here we will take mm, I received 35,900 approximate. Received amount 35,900, and remaining amount is 40,500 minus 35,900. 15 minus 9 6, 9 minus 5 4. 4,600 discount allowed. In this video I have discussed near about 10 to 15 journal entries, and in next coming videos I will discuss next journal entries. If you have any query, you can pass your query in your comment box. Thank you. If you like this video,